Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. I would like to ask my viewers to pray for me by singing along with me, gesturing at your screen, and hitting the like button on this video. Something extremely supernatural has happened, and I'm excited and scared at the same time. What has happened is that almost a year ago today, my grandmother passed away, my father's mother. And at the funeral, I discovered that my grandmother was born 6 months before we lost Mary Curie, and I thought the two of them could communicate. I was having a lot of difficulty in my personal life. I asked my grandmother to talk to Mary Curie and have Mary Curie set me up on a blind date with one of her descendants. When my dad heard the remark at the funeral home, he was so upset because our whole family was there. My dad had to pull me aside to tell me to keep the thought to myself until we got home. It's not the right place to be saying this at a funeral. My uncle was a little bit more understanding. One of my uncles has a background in psychology, and my uncle interjected by saying, people laugh at funerals. This is not the worst that could happen. I didn't even know that people laugh at funerals. It was only after that I learned that fact. I've since read a little bit more about it, but I got back home to the United States, and a lot of uncanny coincidences have happened. I met two girls. One was born on the anniversary of when Mary Curie discovered radium, another for polonium, 100-year anniversaries, both of them. Another girl was born on the 50-year anniversary since we lost Mary Curie. There was another one that was born uh, on the 100th anniversary when we lost Pierre Curie. So one each for both of their deaths and one each for each of their elements. And then I had good chemistry with my boss, and my boss was born on Mary Curie's 100th birthday. And then there were uncanny coincidences with the heritage of some of these people too. The girl I met in Houston, the one that was born on the radium anniversary, was 1/4 Polish. The one I met that was born on the polonium anniversary, she's only half Polish, but she loves literature, just like Eve Curie. When I went to Houston to visit the girl, I got to sit on flight 1934, the year we lost Mary Curie. On the way home, my flight departed at 2:26. Go watch my last video. I already detailed a lot of this, but there was more to it. At the tutoring center, the place where I have the really knowledgeable boss, I was training one of my students. I look very, or one of my coworkers who's a student at a college. I look very young for my age, and she had inappropriate feelings for me and wanted me to go to a Christmas party that her parents were hosting at their home. And I told her, I'll go, but I want to make sure your parents are okay with it. And she was going to go home and talk to her parents. After some discussion, I asked her how she had been doing during the Halloween season and Thanksgiving. And she said it's a curse that her birthday comes just before Halloween, so it often gets forgotten. And that's when I realized that, wait a minute, this coworker of mine was born just as we lost Eve Curie. So now this blessing has jumped an entire generation. First, I was meeting people who were related to Pierre and Mary Curie's births, deaths, anniversaries. Now it's jumped a whole generation to Eve Curie. And so my coworker, who has weird feelings for, I'll take it slow. After all, she's that much younger than me, but she was born just 3 days after we lost Eve Curie. I don't think there's any genealogy connection this time, though. She's Asian, so But can you believe it? Now that makes six of them now, including my boss. And I was just thinking back of the envelope calculations. All of these births have happened within a week of those anniversaries, right? So if the pool of people that I might interact with, that could stretch a good 50 years, right? After all, we're not just talking dating anymore. Now we're talking close friends and bosses. So that could stretch 50. 1 week out of 50 years is still a very small fraction of time, right? And for it to happen 6 times, right? I'll let you calculate the probability. This is the Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum.